Hey y'all, Stacy here. Thanks so much for joining me for what I've been warming the first week of February, Scentsy edition. I have been working through my empty spin, so I've gotten through some fun and older things, and I'm excited to share them with you. As a quick reminder, I do use mostly 25-watt and up Scentsy warmers, as I am a Scentsy consultant, and those warmers are usually on for about 15 hours a day. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so we could stay in touch. I cannot believe that it's February, but it is, and because it is February, I am trying to move as much through my opens as I possibly can. These first two are actually bricks. The first one is Sugar Cookie, which is butter, sugar, and creamy vanilla. And the second is Very Snowy Spruce, which lists as balsam, spruce, cedar branches, amber, and pine cones. This combination to me is just classic, and I will actually melt this throughout the entire winter, even though I do think it definitely leans to a Christmassy fragrance. But I just love it. It's a sweet, foresty, wonderful combination of bakery and woodland. And if you haven't given it a try, consider the combo 1-to-1 in the same warmer. And if you're feeling adventurous, add a little touch of strawberry. Here we have again Dark and Devious. This is a licensed bar which I wish that I had not discovered. It's appropriate that it's villains on the cover. I try to avoid licensed bars and I fail miserably. This is so beautiful to me and it's very unique. It's black pepper, star anise, cinnamon, smoked absinthe, and hemlock. It's a warm and cozy fragrance to me that performs beautifully in my open concept and my closed concept. It's smoky without being smoked embery. Also clearing out my open spin, I had 4 cubes left of this Wassail Wonderland, so I did it in my closed concept living. I think this is lovely any time of year. It's orange zest, lemon peel, and cinnamon sticks. It does list with fresh fir needles, but I don't really pick that up in this bar. I typically get 2 full days out of this, and it is just, it's not cidery because there's no apple, but if you've smelled wassail on the stove, this is very much what it is. It's a citrusy, cozy, outstanding performer. Now, performance is an issue with chili mango for me. I typically only get about 8 to 12 hours out of this bar, which is fine, but there are just so many other mango scents that I think perform better. It lists with mango, peach, and chili. I really only get the mango as a dominant note, and I feel like I never see the chili. If I do, it's in those last hours and it's not delightful. So that's not one that I would pick up again. Pumpkin tiramisu, however, I had this one bar that had 2 cubes left in my open spin. So I decided to just pop open another whole bar and do a whole day in throughout my house. All the closed concepts had pumpkin tiramisu going. I did get 2 days out of this. I did trail off at the very end of the last day, but it was beautiful. With these next three, I alternate warmed them in my open concept and had such a beautiful experience. The first one, which I had 2 cubes of, was Berry Bubble Blue. The second one is Key Lime and Grapefruit, which I had 4 cubes of. And then I think I also had 2 cubes of Tangerine and Sugarcane. So each one of these fragrances was in its own warmer going throughout my open concept. And this was so beautiful. I think kind of the secret to this is that grapefruit exists in 2 of these, as well as sugar notes existing in 2 of these. So they all had something sort of in common. And the result was something completely new. It was like a citrus sherbet sort of vibe that was so fun, so playful, and a total vibe. This is one of the things that I love doing with my open spin, just grabbing, ones that I don't have enough of any one of them to melt and putting them all together in a fun way and seeing what happens. Luck of the Rainbow is a current scent of the month, and I love this one. I will say I find it creamy, and I don't see any sort of a cream note in there. On cold sniff, this smells very much like a lemon pez, but on warm, this does smell to me like a creamy version of Squeeze the Day. It's lighter in its profile than Squeeze the Day, and it doesn't lean cleanery at all to me, but it is just a beautiful, creamy, somewhat subdued lemon fragrance that I really enjoy. I also melted Clementine Cupcake out of my open spin. I had 4 cubes of this left, and this is hard for me to melt because I don't have it in my club and I love it so much. and I haven't seen it back in a minute, but I did pick this up in a clearance, I think. I hope it will be in clearance again soon sometimes. It's vanilla cupcake that is such a good cupcake fragrance. Like the cake note in here is glorious, and it has sweet clementine with a little pinch of lemon. Oh, it's so good. I also finished a hibiscus sunset. Now, this was not in my opens bin. I did this throughout my open concept. I get just about a day and a half of performance out of this, which is lovely. It's pineapple juice, peach nectar, and hibiscus. I'm a little bummed that this didn't make it into the catalog. Hibiscus and pineapple stayed in the catalog, and I prefer this fragrance. So I'm still debating. I might take it out of my club. I need to shrink my club, but I don't think I'm going to do it by getting rid of that one. Now, I had, I think, 2 cubes of Bonfire Beach left in my opens bin. I typically melt this in my bedroom, but for this time, I melted these 2 cubes in my office and I got a beautiful 3 days out of it. It is literally, to me, like I have jumped inside a marshmallow on the beach. It's so beautiful. It's definitely summertime vibes. I get great throw, great performance out of it. So I'm really glad that it's back in the catalog. And I've moved that one out of my open spin, which feels great too. Now I think that I had 4 cubes, maybe I had 6 of this. This is Candy Orchard, which is spun sugar, raspberry, and vanilla. And I did alternate warming with this. I know I had 4 cubes of this one, which is toasted caramel sugar. These two worked so well together. Toasted caramel sugar is milk, caramelized sugar, toffee, and vanilla musk. It really does smell more like nearly burnt sugar, but it doesn't smell like burnt sugar. It's just almost to that kind of crunchy caramel state. Using these in alternate warmers was just so fun and rich and beautiful. I think I would do that again. Now, this is rosemary mint, and I did something quite different with it. I had 6 cubes left, and I had been melting this primarily just in a bathroom, 2 cubes at a time, because I do find it to be very room filling, even though it's a spa like type bar. It works beautifully in my bathroom, and I really enjoy having it there. But I also was trying to make room, and I thought, I'm going to do something a little bolder, and I'm just going to commit to rosemary mint. But I didn't really want it in my open concept. So I did 2 cubes in 3 bedrooms and it was beautiful. I do enjoy this fragrance, but I just am trying to make room for all the new scents. So I was really just looking to get that out of my open spin. Now, the North Calls is one of my favorite bars. If you've seen my empties, you see it frequently because it is in my bi-monthly club. To me, this bar is really like a breath of fresh air. It just cools the environment and the space. It lists with berry, grapefruit, lily of the valley, and touch of marine. I don't distinctly pick up any of those notes. It's just a beautiful, cooling, bright fragrance that I typically get about 2 days out of. Now, I definitely needed to melt blue agave and melon again because I'm trying to shrink my club, and this one's not coming back, which we suspected. I think a lot of us suspected that this one might not return to the catalog, but now I have to decide if I want to keep it in my club. So I pulled this full bar to just see if I still love it, and I do. I got right at about 20 to 24 hours out of the bar. It's beautiful and it's just bright. I love it. I'm going to keep it until I have at least 6, I think, in my stash. Now, next is Blooming Marvelous, and this is like the shock to me of the new catalog turn. This one came to the catalog, and I mean, I wonder why. I know people who really like this fragrance, and I really like this fragrance in my office, like as a desk melt, which means I can melt 2 cubes of this at my desk, and there can be 5 other people in the office, and nobody will smell that fragrance unless they are sitting at the desk. So it just doesn't throw for me, and I wanted to double check and make sure that was still the case. So I tried 4 cubes in my bedroom to start, and I didn't get sufficient throw. And then I added 2 more cubes in, and I still didn't have sufficient throw. So ultimately, I put this whole bar in my bedroom, and I could smell it, but not consistently throughout my whole bedroom. So I'm very confused about this bar, but I will continue to melt it on occasion in my office when I just want like a personal melt that nobody else will be smelling. It is beautiful in that it's light and aromatic, it's floral, red currant with a touch of amber. I'm just going to stay bitter for a minute about the fact that Very Bright is gone and Blooming Marvelous is in. Like, what? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I promise I'll get over Berry Bright soon. Let me know what you've been warming in the comments below. Talk to you soon.